So food's a big deal. Historically, we know it's been a big deal because when you look at philosophical systems and religious traditions across the world's history, food centers in many of those practices, rituals, right? If we think about Buddhism or Hinduism, right, what do you think about? Well, you think about whether or not you should eat meat, because there's an understanding about the sentient character of life and that human beings are supposed to be a nonviolent presence in that cycle of life. Right? If you think about Judaism, you might think about kashrut, right? That you can't have a cheeseburger. Have you thought about that? What would compel a people to say that you shouldn't mix dairy and meat? Right? Or if you think about Islam, again, shouldn't eat pork. You also think about Ramadan, long period of fasting. You also think then about Christianity. What's one of its central rituals? But it's called the Lord's Supper or the Eucharist. Jesus refers to himself as the bread of life, right? That's a strange way of speaking. I don't even talk to my wife that way. I'm your strawberry cheesecake. I don't do that. So food is an important part because when you think about eating, you're doing something very profound. And it's a little bit scary because when you don't live within the world of the production of food, you can forget something so obvious until someone says it to you. So, for you to eat, others have to die. Now you're all depressed. Right? Sometimes when we have company over and if we're serving meat and I'll say a blessing over the meal and I'll say, and thank you for the chicken that died so we can eat it. And the people will say, I don't want to eat chicken now. And I want to say, you mean it's a surprise? You didn't know that a chicken died? But then the question becomes, how do you make yourself worthy of eating the life and the death of another? And so it's no accident, I don't think, that the great religious philosophical traditions of our world take some time to think about how you learn to receive the world. Because as much as we have convinced ourselves that we can purchase and grab the world, at a very fundamental level, we exist by receiving the world, right? And that requires a different kind of posture, a different set of dispositions. And we can talk about some of these if you'd like, because it's a really important question about what it means to be a human being, right? And that's why I love food as a way to open up all sorts of philosophical, spiritual questions, but also economic, political, gendered questions, right? There are so many dimensions to our eating.